WesWes, y'all.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Inside the Clip.
Hello.
My name is Cams. I'm here with my boys, Eric and Leti. What's up, brothers?
What's up?
Remember to tune into our Facebook group page, Inside the Clip Facebook group page. Just jump on and answer the 3 questions, and our security will let you in. So you can post up some questions for the podcast or add your 12 cents. It's all good. But it's been a eventful 24 hours with the torrential rain here in Auckland and the flooding, especially out west, out in Ranui. So, I think, it took us by surprise yesterday that all the shit happened around West Auckland, especially up in Ranui. But we were supposed to talk about other stuff, but I think this is the hot news at the moment. We'll slam into it. Other than that, we'll go around and talk about that. But how's your week been?
Yeah, my week's been alright. Haven't really done much apart from the floods. Nothing. It's been okay. Oh shit! I went. I remember I was telling you. I think it was the day before about my daughter's uniform.
Oh,
yo, Sunday straight up. It was expensive ass.
Yeah.
Because she's going to intermediate. So, and I'm the type of person that wants to have extra clothes just in case. So 2 shirts, 2 shorts, and all that kind of hoorah. But it totaled quite a bit. But the thing was, we were looking for the shop, and I thought it was the one at Newland, the uniform shop down at Newland, not far from the warehouse. As you come to the main intersection, I think if you're going towards Newland, it's on the left-hand side. But yeah, there's a uniform shop there where most of the schools in West, they sell the uniforms there, and I thought it was there, but it was further back at Archibald, right next to Kelston Boys. Right in the corner where the dairies are, there was a little uniform shop there for them. So I was like, oh, shit. I thought it was a back door. They're sewing the uniform from scrap. But no, it was legit. It was legit when I got there.
Just for your $10 gas back?
Was that an intermediate uniform?
Yeah. It's quite, like the shirts in there were like 50.
Oh,
yeah, $50.
man.
Because it was funny because the lady kept on saying, oh, you should go a size smaller.
Yeah.
I said, no, I want a size bigger so she'll last through those 2 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was... my brother was like, wow.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. But I know a lot of those schools, like, because doing the third party way where you get someone to come and sell it for you, the school doesn't get anything back.
Yeah.
The funding's a little bit tighter with the government, like the Ministry of Education funds to the school. So that's why they've gone and done it. So if they put it at a price, it's a fixed price there.
Yeah.
You can't go buy it any cheaper anywhere else.
No. That was the weird part, because when I went to go to the uniform store, I actually thought it was a part of the region, but it's not.
Yeah.
Kelston Intermediate isn't. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, right next to St. Leonard's.
Yeah. But yeah, that's crazy, eh?
Yeah, so that was an eye-opener, but I didn't mind. It's for, for my daughter. Lucky I've just got 1 kid, though. Shit.
Imagine you have 6 kids going to the same school.
Silly.
You wear it on Monday, you wear it on Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Hard on.
How about you, Letz? How was your week?
Oh, man. Eventful, man. But to be honest, if I can't remember, it must have been that good, eh? But I mean, it was... Apart from the flood stuff, man, shucks. The week took over really fast. I was actually surprised, like I blinked and it's Thursday. So happy to be alive, man. Happy to be alive and here on the pod with you boys, yeah. Missed you guys.
Man, I know what you're saying, man, because remember last week I talked about how long that week was, the first week of work. And you're right, man, this week felt really real quick.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we're getting into the swing of things again.
Yeah.
And things are back to normal finally. And for me, exactly right, man, my week went pretty quick, and it was a full week too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of scary too, because next minute you'll blink and next minute it's going to be Easter, next minute it's going to be Christmas again,
It's the last day of the month tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yep.
And then February.
Because I've already been cutting the month already, and I'm like, shit, we're supposed to get this and this done.
Yeah.
And then, now it's a setback, and now I've got to start all over again.
Yeah, it's scary,
Yeah, man. But and then the floods happened yesterday. So we'll start with that for our main topic for this podcast, the floods.
Fuck.
Now, I actually knew there was going to be a storm coming because it came on the news and the weather. But they said it was going to be stormy on Saturday and Sunday, today and tomorrow. And it'll build up on Friday. But, from what happened, it did happen last night or yesterday. But it actually started like lunchtime. Oh, man, it was raining all day, man.
Yeah.
I remember,
All morning.
all morning it was wet. And then from lunchtime onwards, it's just raining hardcore. Just raining hard. So I was lucky enough to leave work before 5. And, when I showed you the photo of the, and you were saying about at the motorway, the intersection at bottom of Point Share one.
Yeah.
Like the video I saw was all flooded. But when I drove past about 4:45, 10 to 5.
It was all clear.
It was all good. So, seeing that and remembering when I drove through it and it was all good, I was thinking, man, what if I had stayed behind another hour or a couple hours? And
Yeah,
I would have
man.
been stuck, man.
You would had to stay there for, I think when the water started going down, about probably in a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah. So for me anyway, like I knew it was raining hard out, but I never thought it would be flooded like what we saw. Until it didn't quite happen until I got home. Then everything started to see starting to see stuff on social media and on the news and stuff. But I'm just happy you guys are all right, and happy you're all right, Eric, because you had it was hard for you guys, your family, because your house was right in the middle of the day.
Yeah, pretty much. It was fucked up. But it happened so fast.
So you posted the video on our chat. What time was that? The first one?
I think it was probably after. I can't remember.
Would have been
but,
like 7 o'clock. Because I got home, it was like just after 6.
Yeah, because I remember I did one earlier during the flood.
Yeah.
I
Or would it be, probably like 5:30.
I think I took the video earlier, but I posted it on the chat later.
Oh, okay.
Because I was just like, fuck, I shall take some evidence of what's going on, or else no one will believe me.
But as soon as you posted it, because I was driving, somebody posted me off, just like in traffic, listen to the song, send me a song. And then I saw your video and it popped up. And then I saw it. Then I clicked straight away. That shit, all that side of Ranui is going to be high water level way.
I thought it was because we had a flooding, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, when I remember I told you about the smoker that didn't move, and it didn't move. It was still in the carport, but that one was just linked to our side, like Ranui and I think his parents' house as well, because it runs through the same channel of the creek.
That's starting from Bidwood Road, Swanson Road, all the way to the back of Carapae Way. So that's a long stream.
Yeah, and it follows that whole stream through. So any houses along that stream, it gets affected. And but we thought the second time we actually thought it was just us again, but it happened all over the place, everywhere, the airport even.
Yeah, but
That was fucked up.
Second rainfall and the high tide.
Yeah,
Crashing at the same time.
So when I was driving, I got a call from a text from my sister, and she said, "Oh, the neighbors have flooded, and looks like the water's like rising below our house." So she asked me to come and pick up mum and then take her to my other sister's house, just for precaution and all that, just to be safe. Because my sister and her husband were going to stay at home and just look after the house while everyone's gone, because they got kids too that live in the house. So they're all going to go stay at my sister's house. So the plan was for me to go pick them up, and then that's where I was heading. And then I got another text saying that the street's blocked off. You can't even go down the street.
you can't. I don't think they could even leave the street.
Was that the top of Bahari, Swanson?
Top of Woodside. Yeah.
Yeah, just where
Shit, yeah, at the bottom there.
at the bottom where the intersection is, it was fucking full, bro.
What time was that? About 7ish. After 7.
No, this is when I was driving, so it'll be about
After 6.
close to 6. Yeah, close to
Because
6.
I saw one video of that. I got family that live on the bottom of it, Dombak.
Yeah,
So across the road from the takeaways.
yeah.
And I seen the nephews all there, I think checking on the aunties and uncles' houses. But yeah, they were just standing across from each other, like looking at the water, trying to go over the bridge.
Yeah, because I called, I let my daughter's mum know that what was going on, and she said her and her family were going to go get some takeaways at the Dombaka takeaway. And then they realised, holy shit, you can't even get there. So they had to loop around Starling and around the other side. And it was like they were having trouble because everybody had the same idea. But they just couldn't get through that main at the bottom of Dombuck and go up the hill, up to Massey. The whole section there was all full of water.
Man, so that section of flooding, fuck, if you think about it, so that's water coming from the dam that starts at the Kirikiri Falls / Waitakere.
Yeah.
From the
that's right.
from
That's
the
right.
dam. That stream goes all the way to Swanson, which is by the Ritchie's Depot. Goes all the way, connects up to the back of Birdwood Primary. Then it carries back around to Woodside, which is the bottom of Glen Road.
Yep. And then
But then if you look at all the flooding that happened later, that flooding was all the way to Universal.
Yeah.
So that's freaking massive, man.
That whole section, it looks like a massive ass river when you look at it on Google.
Yeah.
Probably back in the day it was a river.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's it, eh? So, if, that water level would have just gone there naturally.
Yeah.
Even if you had put enough drainage to run off into the harbour.
Yeah.
Which
Because
would have been like the back of, Westgate.
yeah.
That still would have just found its way there.
But yeah,
eh?
it was still done the same thing.
Mm.
It's freaky.
Fuck.
So anyway, what happened? My other sister actually picked up mum and the kids, took her back to her house, and but it's funny because when I looked at my phone when I was at the red light, I saw a photo or saw a little video because I was always checking the news on social media, and they showed footage of New Lynn, the intersection at New Lynn, where
At the bottom.
where the sinkhole was.
Yeah, that's right.
That bottom, but
It used to flood back in the
it's
day.
just it was a swimming pool.
Yeah.
It's just a big swimming pool, and like I was thinking, okay, it can't go that way, because I was worried that the motorway will be packed
Yeah.
and flooded too. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I should go to New Zealand. But when I saw that photo, I was like, oh nah, shit, can't go that way.
Yeah, so everyone that was trying to go up Massey or coming from Massey, I think the traffic was absolutely diverted because the water was too high for the cars to go through, but you still have your heroes trying to get through. We had a couple down our street that tried to get through.
Yeah, if you got to redirect traffic though, because there's they made the bridge on Triangle underneath there, eh?
Yeah,
The water.
yeah.
That goes out to Te Ratu. The waterways out. I think it's was it back of Rutherford and the concourse?
Yeah.
All that water links up to Massey, up to Birdwood as well.
Yeah.
It's the same stream.
Because I was talking to some teenagers, they were following the police and they were helping the police out, which I thought was, whoa, these guys are cool. There were three male, pretty young, pretty fit looking, and they were just going around trying to help as many people as they can. Is that a plane? Shit.
Hercules.
Yeah, dropping off supplies.
Must
to
be
run.
Chris Hipkins coming to survey the damage.
Yeah. Well, anyway, these three teens, they just came back from Burwood, around the back there, because I think they live on the opposite side where the BMX or farming areas, and they saw the horses.
Oh, yeah.
They were stuck on one side, and they decided to help those people to bring the horses over because they couldn't get them out because of the water.
Yeah.
And then they just trickled down through Burwood to see who needed help and try to help out. And then they ended up on our street following the police, where there was a lady down the end of our street. I think she just woke up. And because we all looked over and we see this person waving at the window, but the water's like, it's way too deep for any of us to try. So they put the fire department brought a truck through
Yeah.
to try and get her. I was like, fuck.
Like these times, like just say like emergency services. Like when did we actually go into state of emergency? Like is it 9:30? Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
9:45.
Right, man.
Everything major already happened by then.
This is the thing that really, really shocks me, bro. Is like we got smartphones now, and we got like daily updates, and it's like they're not like news media, right? They're freaking from people on their devices just taking quick videos.
Yeah.
So you can see what's happening in Auckland, even outside of Auckland, but you can see the damages that's happening in the neighborhoods. Where's like all the council in that? Like where's all the TV news, right? I think there was one, I think it might have been a TikTok. Someone in Mangere heard the news reporter asking them, where's the best place to take a photo? It was like, what the fuck? put your camera down and help, man. Like people actually, fearful of their lives and their livelihood, and yet these people trying to take photos. It's like, fuck the photos, man. There's enough of it on social media going about. Just stitch that up,
We had a male and a female from a radio station going through the street early on that day. I think they came around about just as when the water was going down. I think it was after 4 because we were out there at I think 1 o'clock. We were on the driveway, on our neighbour's driveway, and then I think it lasted till like around about 4, 5. Then the water started going back, and then these guys from the radio station started coming through saying, "Oh, how's things in there? Are you guys all right? Will you guys be sleeping here?" And I was like, just go ask one of these guys, bro. I'm just trying to concentrate on what's going on." They're like, "Oh, sorry." So I was like, "Oh shit, fuck, that was pretty quick." But these guys were like, they were just there, no one asked them to be there. They just came over.
Yeah.
Which I thought was, okay, whatever. Well, I didn't see a uniform person until 3. So we were like, everybody, like it was weird because all the neighbors were like, "Oh, you guys all right?" You go, yeah, sweet. And prior to that, we already had a neighbor going around the back there because he watched the news and then he saw the guys like at the bottom of Scarlet Drive, right in the corner there, because it dips down low. And the creek runs from along the back there, and that's where it filled up first. And that my old neighbor noticed it, and so he went along the back of all the houses at the back there and tried to call everyone out, keep an eye on the water, and that's what got my attention to look over. And then when I saw my next door neighbors actually bucketing the water out of their property, they were chucking the water over the fence. I thought, oh, probably it's not that bad. And then when I went to the
because I never reached your house yet.
No, because it was I saw it at the dog's kennel, and I was like, "Oh, okay, the backyard's full," but it's usual for us. Like it fills up and then it goes down. I thought, "Oh, okay, I'll just go back down." And I was making hot chocolate. I went to the bathroom, and then somebody told me, "I go, Capri, can you go check the water again?" Because she was kind of she was like running in and out. She had a look, and then I could hear her panicking. Dad, the water, it's in the dog's kennel. The dog doesn't know what to do. And when I had a look, the water was going in. There was like only not even 30 seconds.
And it was rushing, It was like
it
a
was
river.
rushing.
That's your video you posted,
Yeah.
Man.
That was the scary part about that water it was moving, bro.
Yeah.
But it was good too because it was moving, off our street.
Yeah, it wasn't flooding.
Yeah, it wasn't like
flooding up.
standing still and rising.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't even take long. It was probably 15 minutes.
So was that from 1 o'clock?
Yeah, 1 o'clock to probably around about 1:45.
Shit. It's early in the day.
Yeah, it was like I think probably from 1 o'clock to 1:30, our house the water was rising up to our steps and that, and then around about 1:45, that's when I took the video of us watching the water coming through our street. That's how fast it went, and everyone was trying to drive out, but they couldn't drive through the bottom of Scarlet because of that dip.
Yeah.
So when the car went through, it actually ended up, and some people were like, "Oh no, fuck this!" They parked their car on the side. The truck's stuffed up,
Yeah.
so they just got out of the truck just in case it floats away.
Right, man.
There was a massive ass container down the end there. It floated, and there were people were getting scared because they might float onto onto someone or.
Yeah.
So everyone was kind of freaking out. So fuck. So my dad wanted to be Eric, let's go drive the car. We go right through the water. And I looked where we were, and I was going, if the water's not too bad on our side, but it'll be way deep on the other end. I said, "Nah, Dad, come on, man." And my brother just came out and he goes, "Nah, just go up the driveway, Dad. Just put the dogs in the car."
And we put my mom safe, man.
Yeah,
Fuck, it's
put
just
my
scary
mom
just
in
hearing
the
about
water.
it.
So if you walked through that, how high do we think it'd be? Like chest height?
Nah, it wasn't that bad. It was like up to our knees.
All right.
On the street, in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
It was up to our knees.
Damn.
Because when you go to our house, it dips down. So if you go to my back of where my garage is, it'll be up to your chest. You go further back than that, it'll be up to your neck.
Yeah.
So because we had what set my daughter off, they freaked me out because we were we were looking outside. I opened up the front door and we were looking outside. And then I looked out the back. The water was coming through, but then I saw these kids running past from the back of my neighbours. And then this lady was holding this baby and she was freaking out. And then I saw some other kids jumping over the fence. And I was like, holy fuck. Then I looked at the back. And the water was just coming in. And these kids practically had to jump on the neighbour's side to get to
out.
some dry land to run back up on the street.
Yeah.
But then they saw a dog and said they tried to save the dog. They got the dog out. But the dog was like, man. Because the neighbours already left. I think because it was a Friday, some of the people weren't at their home. They were at work.
Yeah.
Our next door neighbours, bro, they gapped it. So they didn't even wait for the water like to fill up a little bit. They just saw, nah, fuck, we're out. They jumped to the four-wheel drive and I just heard the four-wheel drive. I was like, fuck, this must be real. But yeah, my daughter freaked out. She was like hard out freaking out.
Man, I didn't actually know how bad it was until I got home.
That's why I text you.
And the first, when I saw your one. But I think I saw your video when you were out on the street.
Yeah.
After I saw the one on the footage on the news where they had, Clover Drive. That's behind Arena.
Yeah.
Oh, behind Smith and Wong's. That's that street behind Smith and Wong's. It was like
All
all underwater, man.
Yeah, all those houses there.
Yeah, and there's people trying to help get people out, and that's the footage on the news where you see the jet ski come and try to help people.
Yeah.
Down that street, but man, that's when I thought, okay, this is pretty bad. But then there was nothing, what you're saying about there was nothing about emergency or anything like that yet. And then until later on when I saw the probably later on at night I saw the footage of the Auckland airport.
Yeah.
And landslips in Remy River and Albany, the stuff in Albany.
Yeah.
Even Grey Lynn, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
And then next minute, there is a official emergency right now.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh man, how late can you be, man?
But like, I think there needs to be put in place so everyone understands what state of emergency is, even if it's per region, per city, because my understanding of it, if your town, city goes into state of emergency, no one should be forced to go to work, because the priority should be your family and your house. But like they just said it, and like, what does that mean? Like, if you can remember far back enough, we were forced into a lockdown unlawfully, and then we went into a state of emergency, which meant what? Because they made us work. What does this mean? It means jack shit. It's just another reason to say, oh, look, okay, they should have acted, but they didn't accordingly. I mean, me as a taxpayer and a land rates paying person of the society is like pissed off that the fact that this happened earlier, it's reoccurred. And with all the technology and fucking the rest of it, we still couldn't prevent it from happening. It goes to show, like, whoever's supposedly looking after infrastructure and how our waterways and where it diverts to is like fucking not. They've clearly dropped the ball. If you'd think of that happening first time in 30 years in Ranui ever, and not even a whole 3 or 4 years later, it's happened again, but even worse.
Yeah.
Like, surely someone saw this coming. Like, if they just said 100 millimeters of water's gonna pour, be ready. That should have been broadcast at least 6 days ago. If they can tell you the weather forecast a week out,
That's
3 or 4 days would have helped heaps of people.
That's what I was wondering. Like, usually when it comes to stuff like that, they say, oh, there'll be a certain amount of water being done during that time. But they didn't expect it, like 3 months of water to be dropped on one night.
Yeah.
What happened to Kumu 2 years ago? They got flooded.
Yeah.
And now it's happened again, But they were complaining to the council to fix the problem, upgrade their drainage, upgrade the drainage system so this doesn't happen again. And it has happened again 2 years later, but on a bigger scale this time.
Yeah.
And it's still the same shit.
Yeah, because aftermath, but like when I drove through at the bottom of Don Buck on the bridge where the rails are, you can see all that rubbish, all just flaked on, probably from off the land.
Yeah.
In the back there, it's all flaked up on. Even at my dad's garden, there's a little fence that he's got. you see all the stuff from the water. It's just like a mesh of rubbish. It's like, man.
It was just a bad vibe for me seeing shit happening in Ranui, our part of town,
This
and
never happened like that.
emergency didn't get announced until later on at night. After I seen like all the other stuff.
After you see the North Shore, then you see the actual airport. Like, fuck, man.
when I see all
Oh shit!
the rest of Auckland
Emergency.
getting affected,
And like,
now emergency.
and
Talk.
I gotta mention, like, shout outs to Eddie Duavi and Lorenzo Casara, the two cousin old boys, like, putting in the work. Because I know for a fact, and these guys are too humble to sort of say it. Those guys were at the forefront. As soon as they saw Ranui going under, they would have pushed that St. Leonard's, that emergency hub for people to go. If it wasn't for those guys, because I know for a fact that Eddie's the mayor of that side of Custom, and he works in council. So for a fact that they already had something in motion for these families to get away from, get away from Ranui, not just Henderson, because Henderson was just as hurt, just as bad. New Lynn was hurt. Carlton's are probably a little bit higher and away from the rivers, even though Burbank's close by, but at least there was somewhere to commute and be safe. He organised caterers, he organised beds, blankets, all that stuff. He made it so it could get done. Because if it didn't get done, shit, they reckon they had other places, but then they got swamped underwater, or supposedly.
I think some of the other places opened up later on, because St. Leonard's was one of the first ones open.
Yeah.
It's crack up too, because that's the school my daughter was going to at the time.
It seems like it was the only one that was actually open to. Like, that's the only one that I saw that, shit, they've actually got their shit together.
Yeah.
They've actually got hot water, like, they got food there, they got beds there.
It was fast too, bro, because, like, man, when they posted it, I was like, man, that was probably when the water started going down.
But
I was like, shit.
And that's how I know it's separate from what the council done.
Nah, council
because
was nowhere.
the actual news media press came on at 9:30. When the Ranui's got hurt, you're saying about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
That shit was already in action. By the time 6:30 rolled around, they had it all set up. So it goes to show, man, like, we can lean on council and stuff. We should be able to blame them. But community people like that, guys like Eddie and Lorenzo, like, just saying that, why haven't we fucking done this? Why haven't you make enough noise on social media? People are gonna listen. People are gonna go, fuck, I'm free, or what can I do to help? But it's just shocking, man. It's shocking that the fact that we got a new mayor, we pay a shitload of tax on our fuel and our land rates, and this is the sort of shit that happens within his time. And he was like making excuses after excuses that there's a process. If there's a process that's fucking wrong, and he's seen it, he would have read every bit of document that needs to get processes and stuff ticked off.
They need a faster
He needs to update it. Well, that team needs to sort their shit out, man, because as a taxpayer, I would spend almost 3 hours in the rain digging water away, diverting it away from my garage, because these guys can't get their shit together. Shocking.
Yeah. No, because it was funny because the lady I mentioned that was in the house, when we saw her, I think it took, because I saw one of the neighbors was in the middle of the road with his truck, because he just bought the truck, and if worst came to worst, he was going to drive it up the driveway, but he thought the water might start going down, so he just stayed in where the water was. And I think it was him that did the phone call, and then that didn't work. So another two or three more people started calling, whoever, 111, calling the police department, the fire department to come and help this lady that was trapped in the corner. And they eventually got through, but that was the first uniform we saw in, like, probably after 3 or 4 hours of this flooding. And they couldn't even bring their
They were
police.
stretched, bro. They were stretched. If you just think about the Henderson locations where the water comes through, like there was Henderson Valley, all of Henderson Park was underwater. You got Ranui starting from Swanson all the way down to the bottom of Massey. You got Triangle Road, plus I think the bottom of Central Park into Henderson.
Yeah.
There's not enough police to freaking cover all of that. From that alone, just in West Auckland, we should be in state of emergency. Like, fucking, I finished work coming off the motorway, and the water was just bearable to drive. I couldn't see. I was going 40 k's all the way through the motorway.
Yeah.
I knew if it got any worse or if it got any heavier, the motorway was going to be underwater, easy. By the time I got to Henderson, that whole street up the left there by the roundabout, across from the falls, it was already underwater. And then I had to go to I was trying to get a Lincoln Road because Central Park was blocked off. I was trying to go to Mr. Mead's. I ended up fucking getting to the roundabout, but you go left towards Pack and Save or straight through up to the police station.
Yeah.
There was a car just on the middle of the motorway, on the roundabout. He couldn't drive his car free, but he was directing traffic away, like trying to say, turn around. because the water's too deep. So it was like knee high almost.
Yeah, that was at West Wave, eh?
There's West Wave.
With their bridges, because I saw the footage.
So I had to turn around. And go back up Edmonton Road.
That's even
And
worse.
this was only for mayonnaise.
And what time was that?
It was about 6:15.
6:15,
it was still
and,
flooded.
and your house was freaking flooded about
1 o'clock.
1:38.
Yeah, 1:30.
So all that
In
time,
that time,
1:30
bro.
to 6 o'clock, nothing happened.
Nothing happened, bro.
And we're talking about the whole of West Auckland here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you look at like the way I sort of thought was a bit funny is that all these new police cars are Skodas and they're fucking low to the ground. They only just bear like 120 mil. Fucking useless, bro. They're fucking waste of time because I saw one 4-wheel drive with like a RB on the back and they had a freaking like one of those surf lifesaver boats.
Oh my
It had to
gosh.
come through and it was the only one on a trailer. You see everyone else trying to get the cars out of the water.
You know,
They weren't doing anything, you know.
you know who was diverting the traffic and helping people out of their houses? Was
Citizens.
the community
Yeah, bro.
themselves.
Because I got to the bottom of School Road, Teratu. There's a roundabout there they put there. Now they got a set of lights on Central Park.
Yeah.
The water was up to that roundabout.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, bro, you can't come down there. But I was like, I felt bad for him. I was like, bro, be safe, man. Because I know he's just wearing a high vis.
Yeah.
He's just wearing a high vis saying, no, you can't come down here, man. Like, not even like Fulton Hogan and that we're out on the roads, you know.
No.
Fuck, it's just shocking, man.
Just people that just happened to go through and then they got stuck. So they're trying to divert other
Yeah.
people from the same situation. That's what was happening down our street with some of the guys who were saying, but some of our neighbors weren't listening until some of the guys got in front of the car and go, hey, get out of your car and just go up the hill. Leave your car behind. It's not worth it.
Yeah, you know, I just can't get over the fact that Wayne Brown came on the news at 11 o'clock to address his city. You know, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. That's like how many hours? More than 12 hours.
Was it
hey,
Wayne King Brown,
since it happened. Like almost
fucking
12 hours
shocking,
since
eh?
this happened.
First 5 minutes of his speech, bro, I was already seeing red. I didn't want to listen to the rest of it because it just sounded like a whole bunch of excuses.
I don't.
So excuses don't cut it, eh? Excuses don't cut it, especially to fucking hard-working citizens, works through fucking lockdown, pay fucking taxes, pay the fucking fuel taxes, fucking pay every other fucking tax there is in Auckland. Man, that's not fucking good enough, eh? Not fucking good enough.
That's why, I mean, if it wasn't for a speech, I probably would be here today because I'll be helping my family out,
Yeah.
which I am going to eventually do. But because of that speech that I heard, I was like, I don't know what's wrong, but it doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Just the way he was making excuses, like you said, like he was blaming it on the process.
Yeah.
Well, he was not blaming, but he was just saying
The
it's
process.
just the process. We need to make sure the professionals know what they're talking about, and I get the advice from the professionals, you know, and then I make my decision, you know. But what about how if the process is something wrong with it? Like that's not what people want to hear. You know,
Yeah.
people want to hear, "Fuck,
We fucked up.
this shit happened. What are you gonna do about it?" Like we don't want to wait for the process. If the process takes this long, obviously the process is something wrong with it.
Yep.
I'll make
You know?
a shout out to Kamos Bologna who showed face at the Kelston St. Leonard's emergency refuge, man.
Exactly.
Mm.
And she's from West.
She's fucking a Westie, and she's fucking part of the government, the new government, we got a new prime minister. She's the deputy principal, Tongan, and she's fucking showing face. There's the big difference, right? If you want to go up there, be all about the press conference and the cameras, yeah, go join fucking Bad Boy Entertainment with fucking Wayne King Brown. Because fucking
Wanking.
people, hey, like you said it earlier, Casper, if you want the PR and all the fucking rest of it, get on the ground and fucking do the work, man. Roll your sleeves up, man. Like, no one wants to hear that shit. I'd rather see that shit while he's asking people if they're alright, fucking picking something up off the ground, making sure people are housed alright or in the fucking drenched water, than fucking see him stand there, read his piece of paper. No one gives a fuck.
Bro, that's politics 101, like for the people.
Fuck.
Well,
Man.
get your hands dirty, man. That's what people want to see.
I think the first response with that kind of situation is like, let's help the people as much as we
Yeah.
can. We'll worry about the other stuff later.
You
but,
should have bought him a GoPro. Should have bought him a GoPro, fucked off like Bear Grylls, and I'm just fucking come back out of the water. It's just trying to help these people in this animal. He would have got fucking 10 more votes if he had to help a family of ducks fucking cross the river.
Bro, absolutely. It's like
just
it's
fucking
like
dumb,
politics
man.
101. Like this is the perfect PR moment for you to if hey, this is your chance to tell people that you were the right person to be voted for. You know, everyone was like thinking, "Oh, this guy's dodgy. He's from up north. He fucked up north. Now he's out of mayor." You know, we wanted if Faisal Collins. Now we got this guy, and this is your best chance to like to show everybody that you care. Like, fucking just go on Cruise Street and just be filmed like shaking someone's hand or helping someone out
Hard.
or go grab a broom and sweep something. Fuck.
Fucking hell.
Just show yourself sweeping something or anything, you know?
Yeah, that was, to be honest, real disheartening, like seeing that shit projected the way it was, like trying to find the right moment to do it.
But just this angle of not blaming it, but trying to tell all of us that it's the
Why he
process.
fucked
Process, yeah.
This is the best process we got.
That's all I
This
heard.
is way it happens. We have to wait till everybody gets all the information and then we can make a
Nah.
decision.
But it's clear, right? It's
And
clear as...
It's fucking clear, man. Like,
If you
West
can't-
Auckland was underwater for fucking
straight up.
hours.
Hey, we were like 6 hours deep. Oh, hold on. Jims and Mav on the, just before you get to the highway over the harbour bridge is fucking underwater. Oh, fuck, true. Oh, hold up. The fucking Victoria Park Market fucking tunnel's fucking full of water. No one can go over the bridge. Oh, fuck, true. And he can probably see it from his fucking office, man.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, there's no cars going over the harbour bridge. Oh, wait, that truck hasn't moved for the last 4 hours. Fuck.
Where's Auckland again? Oh, no, I think they're all right.
He's probably thinking, he probably had one of those thing moments. There he goes, oh, yeah, shout out to Tangaroa College out in Botany. Fuck.
The people ain't dumb, Wayne. The people ain't dumb, man. Shit.
I was cracking up with my dad during the whole ordeal because when the fire department finally came in, saved going to get the lady, and my dad was going, "What kind of fucking truck is this? Don't they have any bigger trucks?"
Oh, well.
I go, "Oh, it's when it comes to West Auckland, eh?" And I was like cracking up. When it comes to us people, they don't want to come in. I was like, "Shit, true. There might be some truth into that."
You know what he should have said? Like, if he was the real mayor of Auckland, he would have done. He would have said, "You know what? The process was in place, and I had to wait." And I said, "Fuck that! Your process is too slow, mate. We're gonna go out there and fucking do this shit right now." You know?
But he should, like, the thing that fucking puzzles me, we had to wait. Wait
Yeah,
for what?
wait for
There's
the process.
no fucking wait, man. You can see you're going to have 100 plus millimeters of torrential fall, right? And what, the last rain that happened a couple of years ago wasn't even about that, and it's still fucking flooded.
Yeah.
That alone is enough information and data to go off like, fucking, hey, there's going to be some flooding out west.
Yeah, but we need
Easy.
more. We need more bike lanes, though.
Yeah.
We need more bike lanes.
Bro, and their whole bike lane from the motorway, hey, the motorway started from Seattle to all the way to Henderson was all in the fucking water. What a fucking waste of money.
Fuck. Bike lanes. I've heard about these bike lanes up
They
in
can,
Glen.
they can take their
Glen
bike
Dingy.
lanes and stick it up their ass. Fuck.
Yeah, my one of our employees, one of the guys I work with was always talking about those fucking expensive ass bike lanes. Waste of time.
Waste of fucking
Take
money.
all the parking spots.
You know, any lesson that I got out of all this was next time you buy a house, buy it up top somewhere. Don't ever go fucking low.
Fuck straight
Yeah,
away.
the other thing is don't ever get a place that's next to a river, creek or whatever.
Don't do it for the views. Do not do it for the ealing.
Yeah.
Just think about the fucking mess.
You can't.
You
You,
gotta
can't.
think like that.
Yeah, you can't get a place that's
And
like,
this
shit.
this flooding situation in Auckland is perfect because now we know which areas will be
Oh, straight
are going to be flooded
up,
next
eh.
time it happens. You know, so keep in mind. Eric Street, don't go don't buy a house down Eric Street anymore. Clover Drive, don't buy a house on Clover Drive.
Hey, I was just telling my parents we're gonna try and sell the house. How we can sell the house if we can't sell it? I was going, why but if we can't sell the house? And my mum goes, we stay here forever. I was like, fuck off.
Man, I just want to make a shout out to our Cams here for allowing us to get on this podcast and this platform just to be able to share to you all, well, our viewers and all our listeners, man. And shout out to my brother-in-law Sam, who came in with the boys this afternoon. I say it like this, man. We can't let this shit just disappear. We can't let people sweep the shit under the carpet, right? So we got to make as much noise as we can, man. If people want to stitch this up, stitch it. Please share it. Because it's hard-working Pacifica people out West Auckland trying to make a living, trying to live comfortably, man. But we can't win because everything is fucking expensive. Yeah, these motherfuckers are taking all our fucking money and they're what are they doing with it? They ain't doing enough, man. They ain't doing enough. If you think that like healthcare is a good thing, I would like to see you go get an appointment somewhere, man, because it's fucking hard, man. And then I knew our health system's stretched, but you know these poor West Aucklanders, man, their life is in the hood, man. Like, you know, West Auckland is home to us. Yeah, we got a mayor who's now the super city mayor who fucking does not give a fuck about us West Aucklanders, man. It's just plain and simple. Now we got bakeries putting their prices up like fucking, like everyone can afford to buy their fucking pies. And it's hard, man. The struggle is real.
Fuck.
That's the real struggle, man.
So is that a segue to your new food review? Or?
I'm still filthy from last week's episode.
But in saying that, let's. What was your take on the events? Is they with you and your family in your place, and what happened with you with how it started and how it ended?
Oh, bro. I knew, like, when I first moved in, or even when I was renting, like, the place, like, that, yeah. Because I've had, like, maybe 3 or 4 floods, but then without trying to break the bank, I've tried to figure out ways to divert the water away. So a big shout out to one of our KOB brothers, Tino Leao, man. Now, he owns the contract for Downer, and he does concrete. He's the team leader for concrete. He's got about 30 plus old boys that work under him. And when the floods had happened last year, and I was just worried because I had just started rentals on the garage. So he come out and he cut a trench for me out the front of the garage. So if it wasn't for that trench that he cut out, fucking, bro, my garage would have been flooded.
Yeah, true.
So he cut it out with me, and I meant to show the bro some love, man. But mad love to that guy. I know his in-laws got hit out west as well, and they got his in-laws staying with him. But bro, like, I've done the concrete. Like, I mean, remember maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I sat in the garage with a bag of cement, and everywhere the water was seeping through, I was just sanded it, like, just to try and dry it up. So when I got home yesterday, it was probably like 6:45 after I got my mayonnaise, the mayonnaise. I made it home, and then when I looked out my bedroom window, I saw that the garage, the water had risen just above the door. So it was sort of like a waterfall inside the side that I cut on. So I had to go out there, bro, and man, I was losing, man. Like, everywhere I stepped, I was probably like both my shoes were underwater. So I had to dig with a spade. So I couldn't, I was barefoot. I was just digging a trench, trying to run the water away. So I probably dug like a foot deep, and that's below the door, just for the water to run away. Because I've never seen it flood like this. This is the worst I've ever seen it at my place. But yeah, that was hard, bro. Like, I thought to myself, fuck, I've let my grass overgrow that much. I didn't even remember where the concrete is, and I was hitting like just a lot of concrete. But as soon as I started digging away and the water started diverting, it was like a little cascade. It was like the water was like tripling over itself, and then I saw the water just subside and run away from the garage, the door. And I thought I was done. Went inside, had a shower, had a feed, had some mayonnaise with the tuna and the chicken. And then the second rain came. It was probably like 8:45, 8:30, 8:45. And fuck it, just sounded like, bro, you could, we can hear water running.
Yeah.
But it's not from like the tap. This is actually the spouting. Fucking the water was overflowing the spouting. I know that when that happens, fucking nowhere around the house is safe, because fucking that water is obviously too much for the storm water. It's got nowhere to go. Yeah. And I just looked out the front, bro. Lucky I moved my dad's car off the driveway and onto the grass. So the grass area at the front of the house is probably a little bit higher than the driveway. And I had just fucking moved it. Bro, I was just watching this water just run straight down the driveway, bro. And it was filling up with their trenches. And fucking it was getting just as high as the ranch ladder. Bro, I had just finished having a shower, right? But the worst thing is I had just finished having a fucking massive feed. So I had the fucking
slow motion,
the maonga sweats. And I was like, is there any jackets? My fucking work jackets are both in the garage. I was like, fuck my life. I ran out there and I was just going hard at the side of the driveway, trying to dig a trench for the water to run off. But fuck yeah, that was hard, man. Like, literally, I was like out there 3 hours trying to protect the garage from going underwater, man. Because fuck, there's like new carpet, new floors in there.
Fuck.
And I was like, fucking, I'm not going to sleep well if I don't see the water fucking, trickling away.
Yeah.
And yeah, God rescued me, man, because this morning I was cutting and people were coming over like, oh, fuck, you didn't flood like it, bro. You didn't see the fucking work I had to do to get that water to run away,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was hard, bro.
Fuck it up.
But yeah, just thankful that, the support of the people are still coming to get cuts. Everyone's got to feel good about themselves, man. For these floods happening.
True.
But yeah, fuck, it was just too much, man. Especially after fucking 3 hours of cleaning their work. Then to show up home and see all that rain. But I didn't think it was going to hit us like that. The second pour. That just felt like a good solid hour of just fucking rain,
That's weird to me, because like in our prime of the the flood, it was during the early afternoon, but everybody else, it was later.
Yeah.
It was like after 6 or 7, then you see other places get flooded.
Mm.
So I was like, oh, the water must be moving.
It might also be because that's been the time people put their footage up. It might have happened before that.
Yeah, but you could tell because you know how it was getting darker.
Yeah.
And people were taking some of their stuff.
I know that tide would have came in at about 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, because
that's what I noticed. But I noticed that the road, like the water, like on some of the roads when the drains can't handle the capacity of water, it just fills up and gives you less of the road. You see. But nah, the water was fine. It was just the way it was running. It was just running down the driveways.
Fuck. It was funny when you're talking about running out in your clothes because I didn't realize it, but when we were in the rush of things, and I got my daughter and dad up, and then I finally had time to think, and I'm in my boxers. I was in my boxers and my t-shirt.
As long as your butts weren't hanging out when you're walking around like a man, it's all good.
And I was looking around and nobody noticed. I was like, oh, fuck it.
Oh, man.
I was looking down. It was only my brother because, bro, these ones don't have holes in it, do they? Like, shut up, cat.
Did any of the neighbors down your street have to go sleep in the shelter and all that?
Yeah, all outside. I think they went to other
families.
It was dark, bro. When it came around about 9 o'clock, we looked to my right of the house. It was pitch black. Looked to the left. It was pitch black. Man, everybody in the houses, they were gone. They just came back today. The whole street's full of bins and stuff. Oh. Everybody's just hard out trying to get their shit done. So yeah, I'm keen to get back after this.
But they reckon it's gonna rain again.
Oh yeah, it was gonna rain all week. They said.
Yeah. I don't think the water will be this bad now. I think the worst of it's gone. I hope.
You know the water on your street. When did they go down?
Probably after 5
this morning.
No, 5 in the afternoon. It was that quick.
Oh wow!
It was like up. It only took like probably half an hour for it to be up, but it took a while for it to come down because of the high tide.
Yeah.
But we were up their driveway for a while until we started seeing the water coming down because my dad was shivering because he was like, "Oh man, I'm cold." Because because he wanted to go check out the house too and have a shower. He was just like shivering all the time. Like, why are you going around the back there then? Let's stay up on the driveway with mum. So he went back home, and then when I saw him get in the house, I was like, it's not too bad now. But the water was still flowing real fast around the house.
Yeah.
My brother's car got hit with pallets. So the whole back of the garage, his car's, it's gone.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know how we can fix it because everything's wet unless we pull the car apart piece by piece. But I don't.
Man.
The whole back is gone. Lucky the food freezer's okay, but all the switches in it because the water got there high. It all covered the whole thing. His tools again. My dad's tools are all underwater. So I'd go back and clean that up. Go clean the garage. It's full of mud water. So the whole garage is full of mud. We managed to clear the carport for the dogs because we had to put them in the car when we left. This time they remembered to get the dogs because last time they almost forgot them and because the dog started crying.
Oh man, I wish I could have chucked my dog over your fence, bro. Poor dog needs to be swept away.
Yeah, my older dog, we were thinking of putting him because the way he was just reacting to the whole thing. He's too old. So I think after we've done all the next thing is to put the dog down.
Yeah, my dog was crying this morning. I checked, I rolled over about 2:30. My wife wasn't in bed. And I was like, fuck, it's too early for her to get up. But she heard the dog crying at the door. I was like, baby, leave him, man. He's got to handle it, because he's turned into a fafafinga, Like, as soon as it rains, I was like, motherfucker, this... I already cleaned the wash house, man, then put him back inside.
Yeah, now, I noticed when dogs get older, because I've had a few dogs now, they get like that.
Yeah.
They want to just be close to the house. Because when we brought this one close to the house, he just crashed out.
Yeah.
The other two were still like, what the fuck's going on?
The other worry that came on the news was the power cuts.
Yeah.
There could be power cuts around. Did you guys we didn't have power cuts here, so we were fine.
But I heard the power cuts at BP because I rang my boss at the time of the water was freshly through. I was going, hey boss, I think I'm gonna need a week to. And he goes, what's all that noise in the background? I go, it's the water. He goes, what? Are you going for? Are you at the beach? I go, no, I'm at a creek that's right next to my house. Like, fuck. But I was like, yeah. He was saying, oh, that's all right. We just had a power cut. I think it's gone right across the board. I was just talking to the guys at Lilac before coming here. They had the same thing. They just got their power back. So that water affected a lot of things.
Well, that's surprising because I've been just turning my power on. We were good, but I was just like grateful, like the work I had done yesterday was enough to save the garage today. Like I pulled 2 big towels out and I put one at the door, and then one inside when you step into the studio that I cut in. And I was just hoping there. I was like, man, if I'm really that ugly, Lord, just make it, knee high.
Yeah.
And then when my first cut rolled over, he goes, "Are you still safe to come get a cut, man?" And I was like, "Fuck!" I went out of my undies and my lava. Didn't even care. I just wanted to make sure that the garage was dry. Fuck, I stepped inside, it was dry, man. I was like, "Shit, lucky, man." Because if I'd have left work later than like normal, fuck, I probably wouldn't have saved the garage, man. Fuck, I would have been gone. I'd be crying over the new floor I just laid.
Yeah, when I saw after the whole thing happened and my mum was in the room doing the stuff, yeah, she was crying hard up. She was just like looking at everything like shit. And my dad he doesn't cry, but he scratches his head a lot and he was like really stressed out. And my brother too. I wasn't too bad because I knew I could always start all over again. But having what you have and that's all you got.
Yeah.
And it could be taken away any time. Disheartening for everyone.
And that's the thing, eh? And we shout out to all the families out there who are suffering right now of their
Hard up, bro.
their property damage and all that. Man, it's like, how are they? Like, I don't know how. Like, how do you like come back from something like that? Unless you're strong-minded, a lot of these families, all their hard work just gone. Like a lot of their stuff gone.
Yeah.
If they're too low down the sea level.
Yeah, and it's, like if they don't have any financial backup or anything in place, and they, to get back to where they were, it's really, really sad. But because that's the second time I see my mum cry. The first time was she couldn't believe the water was like when they first had the flood because I was at work. I think the one from last year, and my brother said when the water got to the step and she was trying to, because my mum was freaking out. And like she's never seen the water like that before. And then yesterday when it happened, she was all right. But because I was outside and I was panicking, I was literally panicking because I was screaming, and I was losing my voice.
Yeah.
Because I was telling them hurry up, and every time I told them to hurry up, the water was getting higher and higher because they're grabbing the passports, birth certificates. I said fuck everything else, just grab the passports and that. I didn't think about it until they came. Then I was like fuck, because all I wanted to do was get my daughter up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the problem with what the mayor said, announcing this thing was, we're not supposed to accept that kind of slowness of the whole situation.
It's not good enough.
Like,
man.
he's saying that's the process. It is what it is. Deal with it. That's pretty much what he's told everybody.
No, he's a piece of shit, man.
That's what he told everyone. Like, guys, this is the process. It takes this long. Okay, so I don't know why you guys are complaining. What? See that? If I think about it, the more I think about it, the more I think, fuck, pisses me off, man. Because, man, like, it's like anything with people on high levels. When they say something that we meant to bow down and with everything they say, that's just the way it is. Like, nah,
take the hits and
take the hit and just go with it. Because there's no other alternative.
Yeah.
Like that is the reason why it took so long. This is why no one's getting help.
Not good enough, man.
At the base,
Yeah, because it was funny too. Because everybody in down our street was just saying like, we can't depend on the council and that. This, we only can depend on ourselves. And this is the first time I actually talked to my neighbours. I talked to some of them, but like, we were just like looking. Are you guys alright? Everyone was going around. Are you guys alright? I was like, we only can depend on ourselves. We can't depend on anyone else. That's not there.
That's the thing, eh? Like, there's a poster at work, and there's a health and safety poster, but the poster says something like, if you gamble your life, or if you gamble your safety, or if you gamble with your safety, you risk your life. Like, that guy, the mayor needs to read shit like that, because he gambled fucking everyone's life. Pretty much.
Oh,
he gambled with everyone's fucking well-being, all their houses of that by not fucking putting that plan into place straight away, like because he waited.
Yeah,
that's not good enough.
You know what? To tell you the truth, I think I got the times wrong. Now that I think about it, it was closer to 3 o'clock. So it would have happened around about, because that's when Joe and Dad went to go get Mum. And I was trying to call them at 3. Yeah.
Oh, was Mum, was she working?
Yeah, so she was working. And when the heavy downpour came down, apparently my brother was trying to say, oh, no, we'll stop the car for a bit because I can't see shit. But my dad wanted to carry on driving. So they had their whole, so it was right about 3. So it would have been 3:30. It would have been the correct time. So yeah, it would have been only a couple of hours. And then the water started going down. Yeah, that's the right time.
Shit, man, that's something else to experience too.
Well, I hope the city learns from this, like, in terms of, like, priorities, in terms of where all our taxpayers' money goes, our rates' money goes, and, like, see, we kind of, because I come back to the whole 2 years ago when Kimu got flooded.
Yeah, bro.
Well, 2 years, a long time. You could have, they could have upgraded their drainage or system or try to put things into place where it won't happen again.
2 years, man.
And now it's happened again. Still the same shit.
I wouldn't be surprised if this guy tries to shift some of their blame to the previous council body. Like, trying to say, oh, look, in that time, fuck off. If you're the driver, captain of the fucking ship, man, you gotta be fucking.
Yeah,
you should have seen this shit fucking far as, You're supposed to take into account, like, all right, the weather's gonna turn, it's gonna be bad.
Or at least somebody in your team, they should have seen that.
Exactly. Like,
alerted you.
Well, it was a council member that told him off, that told the press. Nah, it was too long. The announcement took too long. The action took too long from when the shit that was happening around Auckland to when he announced there was a state of emergency.
You're saying 3 o'clock, right? If I was at work and I'd have stayed, I chose to leave work early because I saw this rain. And I was like, fuck, didn't have a good feeling about this rain. My intuition told me to leave work.
Fuck, that's mean, bro.
See, work would have just said, carry on working. Like, fuck that.
Come
I don't know, bro. And my fucking garage was gone, bro.
And your dog will be swimming in this.
And my dog was in the Waitakere River outside somewhere.
That's my dog.
But I'm just saying, man, like, everyone can have their own opinion, man. But the way I see it, we can't trust the whatever narrative is placed on us from a higher level. Like, we have to question everything that happens. We can't just sit back and, oh yeah, he said this because of the process. We have to trust the process. No, fuck the process. That's the first thing Wayne Brown should have said to the civil defense people. Hey, hurry up. We need to get this done right now. I don't care about the fucking process. Do it now. There's families in trouble right now. Let's get our ass into gear and do it, man. Like,
West Auckland alone, right? Like, how many fire stations do we have out west, including the one up in, would it be Kumu? We got 5, 6. We probably got about 6 if you include Mount Ruskell. We're already stretched because there's only like 2 or 3 police stations out west.
Yeah.
If you include Avondale, we're already stretched.
We saw a fire engine probably close to 6 o'clock.
Fuck, that's shocking, man.
On the top of our driveway because they couldn't come down. They were diverting traffic. They were trying to get down the street. Only if there was people staying there.
And this is where, like, like local boards sort of just need to say, oh, fuck these guys. If there is a process where they need to run this past whoever, get fucking tractors and RBs already, man. Like,
I don't know, man. It's just, it was not fast enough, bro. Straight
too
up.
slow, eh?
There was nothing happening. My mum was like, where's the fire department? Mum, I don't know. I'm just concentrating on you and my daughter.
so we'll go around. Like, what was the most interesting thing you saw on your social media in terms of the flood yesterday?
Fuck the airport, man. Because I think my cousin, I'm not too sure if I'm right or not. I think she's here. Because she stays in Raro now. But I think she was at the airport during the flood to pick up my other cousin. And she sent some videos over with the airport. I was like, what? At the airport even?
But that's just inside, eh?
Yeah.
I wanted to see camera footage of what the tarmac would have looked like.
Yeah, but they did have some footage of the cars driving through. Some of the cars couldn't even make it through.
Because the tarmac's probably like only a couple of meters, or not even a couple of meters higher than the sea level of the actual ocean. Right?
Yeah, so the planes.
So if the high tide was in, bro, that's at least a meter and a half.
Yeah,
so that's why inside was already underwater.
the planes wouldn't have been able to land.
Yeah.
Or if they did,
Wouldn't be able to freaking fly out.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't know where the runway or started or ended.
Well, they
They did mention that, eh?
they did close the planes, eh? No
Yeah.
planes were flying.
Because they said something about the pilot not able to see the
Yeah.
lights because it was submerged.
Yeah. But that would have been freaky if you were a passenger
Fuck.
being looking out the water and like, what the fuck? Is this the water?
This is plane in water?
But they would have, if there were planes in trouble, they would have diverted them to another airport, eh?
Yeah, they went Whenaupai or the Lappin, the Red Roar.
Yeah.
Not enough gas.
We're going to have to land right here.
Boys have beach. Boys have beach.
This is land in Ranui.
There's enough water there. There's enough water there.
I saw the airport one. The other footage I saw was the pack and save in Glenfield.
So it was a Glenfield. I
Yeah.
thought it was Henderson.
Bro, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not sad, but you know what cracked me up? It's like, what if you, it sounded like Maori guys, hey, just pushing the trolley. It's like, bro, the trolley was fucking, like a trolley's quite high, eh?
Yeah.
Literally, whoever was sitting in the trolley's bum was getting wet by him pushing the trolley. I was like, oh my shit, man. Wouldn't that be like a no-go zone because of all the electrical stuff? You'd think, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everything's high. But, you know, again, shit, I don't know.
But they've all damaged, all that
Food,
all
bro.
that food gone, eh? You,
Yeah.
you gotta check it out, man. Can't.
Especially in the city, eh, with all that. Imagine the damage. I mean, and all the shops and everything else.
Yeah.
Fuck, all on the water.
Because when I went into Countdown after work, yeah, fucking, there were spots inside the building already leaking. But
Yeah.
that was just a leaking from the ceiling. Like nothing was submerged underwater. But fuck, it's scary, eh? Just to think. Like, imagine if we were all living out in Glenfield, eh? Everything was underwater.
Fuck.
Shit, the water would have come in quite a bit.
I was cracking up because when I brought the drinks at Lilac, the guy was going, "Oh, they've opened up Don Buck and that." They go, "Yeah, the water subsided. It's completely under the bridge now." Because oh shit, you're probably the fifth person I've seen from out those ways. I'm like, oh shit, fucking hell.
Man, the scariest one video I saw was Grey Lynn.
Oh,
Because those roads turn into fucking rivers, man.
yeah.
Just, man, I was like out of it.
Because the park, did you see Greyland Park where they filmed Sione's wedding?
Yeah,
basketball side?
it's heaps of water in there.
Underwater, bro. Like, and
Shit.
that's deep, bro. That's deep. From the view that I saw of the guy who took the photo, like, I know if you, that side of the road goes down, but then if you look at the grass area, you're looking about 20 meters deep. Like, that was underwater, man.
What about the creek around your guys' way?
It's up. It's all the way up to the top.
Oh,
Yeah, because people jump off there. They jump off to jump in the water. But now you don't have to jump. It's just right there in front of you.
just rolling.
Now the water's right up to the top now.
You know, if
don't
there's
have to jump.
anything that people can take from what happened just this past 24 hours, 38 hours, if you own a high-vis jacket, it is one of your best friends at the moment, right? Because if you were to like fall asleep and then in a deep sleep and ended up underwater, like, if you got a high-vis on,
Yeah.
there he is.
That's what we were scared of. That's why I couldn't go to sleep this morning.
Yeah.
But you know when I dropped off my mum this morning at home, because you know we've got the creek behind.
Yeah.
There's kids swimming right now.
Wow.
But then, and I was talking to my sister about it, and she was like, "Yeah, there's kids swimming over there." Like, fuck, that's crazy. Like, because you know, like that kind of overflow, right? But it's part of the sewage as well.
Yeah.
You know, and they're swimming in shit, man. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck.
You gotta be
I mean,
careful.
that's the danger, right?
What
Like,
the fuck?
yeah,
Yeah,
when these
contamination.
stormwaters, yeah, the contamination, man.
That's why we were so. That's why everyone down our street so quick to try and like my next door neighbors. I think they arrived early in the morning, so I saw them. They've already ripped half of the carpet up.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that tonight. We're gonna start ripping the carpet up. It's gonna take us probably 4 days at least to get somewhere where it's okay, and then another week where it's probably mint. So I don't know if I will be able to make it to next week's podcast, but we'll see. Man,
Wow.
it's fucked up. All I can say is, man, that you know, it's like true what they say. You have to think real quick. So when my brother told me the first time, he was saying he didn't have time to think, and he said he was just going automatically. But this time around, he was all right. I wasn't too bad, but I did panic.
Yeah.
I did panic towards the thing when the water started flowing in. But yeah, the water's just, it's unreal, bro, how fast it can come in. You don't
Yeah.
have time.
Yeah, I don't think with the state of emergency announcement, how we said it too late, right? But even if you did do the state of emergency at that time, 9:45, whatever it was, late, and say, "Oh, everyone stay home," it's like, fuck, duh. Or, well, everybody was. What was everyone doing? Swimming outside, or enjoying the rain, or
Stay home with the house still flooded, eh? Fuck. Clever.
Oh no, I'll just drive my car up the road and get it underwater. Fuck it. Dumb cunt.
That's why I
up,
sleep
bro.
on my underwater bed. Get some goggles and shit.
Just honestly, if that's your uncle or your mom's brother or sister-in-law's husband,
Shucks, man.
just give him a quick little jab in the face.
I remember reading something about that guy early on, but how he wanted to fire some of the people in the old department. And then when I saw this whole speech last night, I haven't showed my parents yet, so I don't know what they're gonna say when I'm gonna go back and show them tonight when we've done what we've done.
Oh, I remember he didn't answer a question that the journalist told him. Like he said, "What have you got to say to the people of Auckland right now?" He didn't even answer that. He said, can you answer that to the guy? He's the self-defense, the civil defense guy that was with him."
Fuck, he's probably one of those. Fuck, harden up.
Yeah, not good enough, eh? Just can't believe. But like, I literally left work early. Like when I think about it in my head, it's like I left work early, and I took a diversion, because I wanted to go get some meat from Mr. Meats. But fuck, just to see that water, man. Like fuck, what the fuck,
Yeah.
And then to drive all the way from Te Central Park to Henderson, and like can't go that way, and then turn around and go back home, or go back up the hill where I came from. It's like, fuck, you can only imagine what you guys have been through, man, and everyone else that was hit hard by it.
Yeah, like I was telling you guys earlier, like me trying to go to sleep, that you know how you sometimes lay in your bed and you feel that feeling of falling.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep because I was getting down all the time. And then I was like, ugh, that's the first time I ever felt like that. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a permanent thing. Every time I go to sleep now, fuck. But we'll see. If it gets worse, then I might have to see a shrink.
When I saw that water going down my driveway, fuck, it looked like a waterfall.
Yeah.
It was coming that fast that I was like, oh Lord, like fuck, please.
That's why.
Please give me the stamina.
Yeah.
To last, right? Because right now I'm folding, man. Like I just finished eating, I'm folding, man. Like fuck, I just wanted it to ease up a bit, and then just when it stopped for like maybe 20 seconds, fucking it came harder. I was like, fuck, man.
Yeah, I just wanted our options open, because I knew if we didn't get out of the house when the water came, we would be stuck in the house.
Yeah.
Because my mum, her legs are bad. The only way I can get her out is me and my brother if we try and carry her. I know my dad and my daughter will be okay, but it's just my mum. So that's why I was getting them to rush them to get out of the house. Also to get the fire truck to go in there and get her, just in case. They get trapped in the house and there's nowhere else to go.
Man, shout out to all those people who took it upon themselves to redirect traffic and put themselves in harm's way. I know
bro.
these guys, these volunteers wouldn't have got acknowledged or paid for it. Even to those who helped the horses out in Swanson. I was reading a post in the Ranui neighborhood page.
Oh, true. It must be the same kids.
These young guys.
Yeah, bro. It was funny, because they're really young, but they were like keen to help.
Yeah.
I was going, man, just be careful, bro. Don't go around the back there, because the water, it was just like a total.
Because someone was saying thanks to the guys who helped, and then to the people in the cars who had the patience to wait till they got the horses to safety. Back to the pony club and stuff. Like, fuck, man.
I was shocked that some people, the links they'll go to get their own safety, like the selfish. There was a couple of selfish people there. Like one left their dog behind. They just jumped in the car, didn't even wait for the water, and they were gone.
There's Last of Us styles.
Yeah, bro. That's what made me panic when I saw because I saw them running into their truck. Like literally, they were talking in their language. They was like, oh, jumped to the truck and took off. And the dog was like,
I saw Brown Butterbean, his stories, and he was down Henderson Valley. He was on that bridge at the bottom of Palomino, where that bridge at the bottom of Palomino in that border road.
yeah,
And man, the rush of water when he was looking over the bridge, the rush of water was high as, right? And I couldn't really understand how high it was because I remember I think there was land there once. Like
Yeah.
I didn't really put it in my mind. Like all I saw was the rush of water. Like thinking it's always been that high. But when I drove down today, like to go down to the shop today, I saw it and there was no water, but there's a lot of land, and, I was thinking, fuck, all that shit was
Yeah.
underwater, man. Like,
Bro, like, I think the last 2 houses before you cross the bridge to come up to Palomino, right? Their carports, they were literally underwater. The water was that high, but if you think about that level, which would have just been either halfway between the handrail of the actual bridge, that level was the same level all the way to Henderson Park.
Yeah.
All the way to the back of Corbin's.
Yep.
And that's into Henderson underneath that bridge. So all that water stayed that high all the way through to the pools and Tui Glen and that.
Yeah.
That's how high the water was, man.
Tui
Because when I
Glen.
drove into Henderson, and I was like, "What the shit, man!" Like I literally fucking like I couldn't get over it. Like it's up on the roundabout.
Yeah, because
Then I had to do a U-turn to go back. I was like,
'Cause-
"Bro, there's no way."
because there's a walkway that goes all the way around the back, all the way
Yeah.
to Corbin's. Eh?
Yeah.
yeah.
But that was all submerged, man.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck,
West
past
Wave.
Keeling Road, eh?
You could only see like maybe the bathrooms in there. I saw someone's video walking down to he's bro, check this out. Like
So
and the
if
water was already going up the alleyway.
it was following that creek here, going
Yeah.
through that same creek, it goes right through West.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, bro.
Unreal, bro. Because the West Wave one was like, whoa, the water was pretty high.
What happened there? Westway. I didn't see Westway.
Now they showed the aftermath, but you could see the hedges.
Yeah.
You know where the old people did the bowling, and it had been caved in,
Yeah. Oh, wow.
like the flow of water, and it was like shit. Was it that high? Same height as the hedge, or even probably more.
But that's the water that links up to the crossover bridge of the motorway, and you can see the back of the go-kart in Rutherford.
Yeah,
That's that waterway. That's where that connects.
and took out Tui Glen.
Yeah.
Tui Glen was submerged.
Hey,
Because these are fences had fallen over the back end, which is the Teratu Flanshaw, the back of the Trust
Yeah,
Stadium.
and then that same water followed all the way through Central Park in Edmonton.
Yeah, this is all the same waterway.
Yeah,
It all connects.
it all just flowed all through the same thing. Fuck,
Oh, sad, man.
scary.
Sad and scary day for West Auckland, man. But glad we got a podcast like this. So you document it and remember it and not forget about it. And we're
Yeah.
gonna help that. We're gonna keep that piece of shit accountable for his late as delayed reasoning behind the processes and all the rest of that bullshit. When you had freaking community leaders and people of influence on Facebook saying, "Why the fuck haven't we gone into state of emergency, man? Like emergency services are stretched right now."
I didn't.
but you know the thing with that, like the thing with that, he said, "I'm waiting for the experts. I'm waiting for the professionals, bro. You don't need to be a fucking rocket scientist to know that fuck if you're like in 6 deep under water, fuck you need some help, bro.
You know what that shows? His incompetency to realize that goes to show that any drug and fucking dude off his fucking head who loses his brain cells can become a fucking male. There you go. That's what it tells me. It's like, far
And
out.
the thing about his interview, man, I watched his interview, man, like his press conference, whatever it was. Man, that guy, he's not really good behind the camera. Eh? He's
No.
not really good at explaining stuff because I don't know. He stutters and he just mumbles and he's not really charismatic when it comes to that kind of stuff. Eh? When people want to know answers,
There's nothing.
he's not the face to tell you the answer. Eh?
The first 5 minutes, right? Say for example, if that happened, then I was the mayor. My first, like in the first minute, my first set of words would have been something along the lines of like, first and foremost, thank you for being here, and to all those families affected by the floods right now, my prayers are with you. We're gonna get through this. That's the mentality you should have straight off the bat. My prayers are with you. We're gonna beat this, man. And my sincere condolences to the family who have lost that family member. We, as the Auckland City Council, there was no we in anything he said. It was all me. It's not good enough. Like to me, it was like fuck. If you want to win the city over, he should have been on the ground.
He should have.
He should have been on the ground, and he should have known, right? But to me, that just said, "Oh shit, he's been sitting in the toilet, fucking watching TikToks and shit, keeping up to date like that." Like if you got the key to the city, you should have all that information at your fingertips, right? You could ring people. Hey, what's going on here? What's going on here? Is he trying to say that when that lady went missing at the beach, fucking 8 or so years ago, 10 years ago, and then all of a sudden we realized, hold up, we can track a fucking murderer who killed someone in downtown Auckland, track him all the way out to the White Tax. If you can track all the progress that's happening from there, and then still put a murder on someone, why the fuck can't this guy, and he's the fucking mayor of Auckland, can't receive all that information himself? Does he not know how to use a phone? Like that's weak, man. That's like real weak.
You made a good point, because he didn't acknowledge the death during the floods, because there was a death. I think I saw the paper that said 4 deaths now.
He said sympathy. He said something about sympathy.
Yeah,
But
for the family.
to me,
But the thing was, he waited for the questions to come.
Yeah.
See, what kind of mayor waits for questions like that? Like you're right, man. That's the first thing that should be on his mind in the first minute of his speech. Like, acknowledge the families that have suffered during the floods. Acknowledge the deaths that happened because of the floods.
Because
Man, he waited for the question.
straight away, you know, like whether that's sincere. Eh? You can say, okay, if he's sympathetic, that's the heart, right? That's the heart of a person when they go, fuck, hey, I'm sorry to hear what's going on. So all those who have lost material goods and that, you know, we are here as a council. Like, there was none of that. And then, like you said, you have to wait for the questions. Like, don't fucking answer the questions as they come. Nip them in the bud, eh? Because all you're doing is showing that, okay, I was sitting on my hands. I didn't really think this through. And fucking I've left it like maybe 8 hours late, or, you know? Yeah, it was fucking weak, bro.
Or at least don't wait for those kind of questions, because those kind of questions shouldn't be waiting for a question. Those kind of questions, those answers to those questions should be the first thing out of your fucking mouth, man.
Right about now, Steve said you should be stitching this motherfucker up. And Steve, if you're listening, bro, I cannot wait to see you stitch that motherfucker up, man. Even, what's his name? Our last also that was on the pod?
Kiss the floor.
Kiss the floor. Also, if you're listening, bro, fucking stitch these guys up, man. Like, they making fun of us, man. They making fun of us right now. And it's not good, man. It's not good enough, eh? It is not good enough, man. It's fucking weak, bro. It's so weak.
Well, yeah, I didn't understand it when I saw that thing on YouTube. I was like, lying down, exhausted, and then that shit comes up, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
I didn't. Yeah, fuck it.
So anyway, $6.50 pies. Let's. What's going on there? What's going on there?
Man, to all our followers about the meat pie reviews, man, pay attention, because there's a new winner, there's a new champ in town. Fans, I don't know if you remember, but one of my tokos, Fehi, bought me a potato top pie from the Mangry Bakery. So we went after work, McDonald's wasn't taking orders. We walked over to this bakery, and they took PayWave. And they also bought me a potato top pie. This potato top pie had a real creamy potato top, and the bite of it was as good as the Target Bakery Te North or Te South. So today, before I come over, I stood in line, and a Filipino lady, she got told off for standing in line because the line was taking too long. The husband goes, "Get in the car." Before she left, I said, "What's the pie here?" And she said, "Mince and cheese." So I said, "I'll get me a mince and cheese," because I've had a butter chicken pie. My wife bought me a butter chicken pie from the Palomino Bakery up here, and it was good, man. I was like, "Fuck, it's a nice pie." The potato top, I bought one before I came. Head to head with that Mangry one, fuck, I'm gonna give it to Mangry, man, and I'm gonna erase the 4.5 and give it a 5. Is it worth the gas? I'm gonna say hell fucking yeah. Because right about now, I walked into the bakery to order 2 mince of cheese and a potato top, and it was the price.
Oh, true.
$6.50.
Yeah.
$6.50. I don't know where you're from or where I'm from, but a base price on good pies is usually $4 to $5. And that's an honest price. Maybe they just renewed something, but $1 extra on top of a pie says a lot, man.
Must be a gourmet pie.
Must have been the eggs. The eggs are more expensive now. Maybe the price.
It's the eggs.
Going to the eggs.
Because how much are they in the station now? The police, the BPs, are they are not typically $7, surely.
No, they're close to it though, but they're at about 6 something. The gourmet pies.
But see, those are nice. Those are decent. Like anyone that knows, oh, bro, I feel like a gourmet pie, because that's a gourmet pie. They're a lot bigger. They're a lot bigger. They're a lot filling, eh?
Yeah.
And that's a quality pie all day round.
And I like how they separate the quality of it. Like you get a gourmet pie, it's gonna be a little bit more. If you get normal pie, well, it's gonna be
Absolutely
like
less.
So it's just Palomino Breakfast trying to say that all their pies are gourmet. Like what if you want? What if I walk in and I can't afford a gourmet. I don't want to pay that much for a gourmet. Can I get a normal one? Can I get your last year's steak and cheese because that was cheaper?
Yeah, and that's right. So the reason why I say the head's ahead with the potato top pie, right? It's because you go there and it's one particular pie. Like this bakery might have more than one, but if you go to the Telatu bakery, right, $4.80 to $5, $5.20, not the $6 bracket. Baker Boys next door to the Westside Bakery went from $4.80 to the $5 mark, and I thought that was punching above its weight, and compared to the amount of pies you can buy. But what it clearly shows is that bakeries are struggling, probably to be consistent.
Yeah.
And the consistency is more like, say, if you go to Tiger Bakery, they're baking in eggs, potato top pies. You go in there, all the potato tops are gone. Whereas these guys, I think I'll be their plug, eh? I think ever since Cam's talking about their steak and cheese, that heads ahead with the Westside Bakery, I think they're getting a lot of people going in there.
True.
And to me, it doesn't justify the price lift that they put on their pies. Because like you can always come with the was it the one on the PC Bakery?
Yep.
See, we had a PC Bakery pie the other day. Fuck, it's still gold, but I know they're not punching $6.50.
Nah, they're not.
See, that's a freaking massive difference, right? That's a huge difference.
Yeah, that's my favorite bakery too.
Because if you go $10, right, you can go. Okay, you can get a drink as well. Yeah. If you're going $6.50, breaking a 10, you're like, do you have any potato chips? Like, if I had to go to the Theory to go get a drink, it says a lot what's happening with their bakery.
Yeah,
right?
You can't get the drink at the same place. You
cannot get a drink, but it's like fucking wrong, eh? It's like, what the fuck is gonna sell this stuff for like $4? So for a can and a pie, it costs $10. It doesn't make sense. You might as well go to McDonald's, man. But yeah, I will give the reigning champs of the potato tops, if it's equal with the Glen Eden Bakery, would be Mangry. So massive shout out to Mangry Bakery with their potato top. And I'm even gonna chuck in the steak and cheese, man. I had a steak and cheese pie. The Toko Fehi bought me one on my lunch break, and he left it in the fridge. And usually I give it that, this is still good, I can put it in the microwave for like 45 seconds. Took a bite and I fucking had flashbacks of Teratu and Palomino. So those guys are punching up, man. 4 out of 5 is a whiff the gas, bro. It's whiff the gas. So massive plug to that Mangry Bakery. So yeah, any of the boys that want to know what's up, man, go check out the spot because it's close. It's close out Mangry or you South Aucklanders. But yeah, that's my pie review, man.
Nice.
Sure, bro. So how does that all stack up against Westside Bakehouse and Teratu?
Well, the chicken pies, right? I think no one can break the chicken and cheese pies apart. The potato tops are depending on what you like. If you like potato smoked fish or potato and mince and cheese. But against the potato tops, yeah, I think Mangry and Glen Eden fucking untouchable at the moment.
True.
There's 2 places I rate chicken pies, eh? It's the one, it's Target Bakery, and the one in Custon.
Yeah.
The one next to the liquor store.
Yeah. I'm not ready to step away from the potato tops at the moment because I don't know what it was. Must have been someone that ain't not liking the potato tops. So fuck, ever since I've jumped on them, bro, it just felt like, fuck, man, this is a good potato top pie.
One of my favorite chicken pies is, standard chicken pie is from Mobile. Their chicken pie.
Oh yeah,
that's the only pie that I like from them.
I don't think I've had one for a while, but from memory, they are pretty good.
You know what? I don't like the Big Ben chicken pies.
Nah,
they're watery. Eh?
Yeah,
the jelly pies.
Yeah,
they're watery. Ass.
It's like heaps of gravy.
The reason why I like the Target Bakehouse and the bakery and the one in Custon is their chicken pies are creamy. Thick, creamy chicken pies, man.
That's good.
Nice.
The Thai chicken for BP is another favorite.
Bro, that's gold, bro.
Yeah, that's another favorite one.
But yeah, sadly, I don't know whether it's an emotional decision on the score rating and why awarding the South Auckland Bakery better than this Palomino one up here, or because of the floods. But yeah, man, the price just threw me off. $6.50, man. Like if we're going to $6.50, damn, it's like a piece of toilet paper. Shucks. Price comparison, because you think about it, if you go to Costco, $8 is a whole chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the comparison, right? $6.50. If you got
To a
another
chicken.
$1.50 lying around, if I can get a whole chicken,
Shit.
like a size 13 chicken, fuck, that's massive, man.
You can have 20 sandwiches with that chicken too.
Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. Like $6.50, get a pack and say if I can get some noodles and 2 loaves of bread.
Ah,
If you
no,
pay
For
bro.
the Rivermill bread.
$8 is the Costco chicken. Though.
Oh man, and that's what I mean. It's like the price comparison. Like fuck.
And that's gonna change this year too. Throughout the year, it's gonna get more expensive.
I can't wait to get the bro Tim on to talk about prices rises and
Yeah, bro.
inflation, bro. Because
It's gonna get
people
bad.
are gonna realize,
Yeah.
people are gonna realize, man, like something's gotta give.
They gotta go back to the basics, mate. Noodles, eggs, and bread.
Shout out to the meat. Is it Mr. Meats? Is it behind BK on Lincoln Road?
Yep.
Man, just providing Rivermill bread. One of my cousins
Yeah.
loves Rivermill bread. 2 for $4.
What is it?
Rivermill.
Rivermill bread.
Rivermill.
The simple red, yellow colors, man.
The
That means-
simplest light bread, fluffy bread, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we get so thinged with this preservative bread, like the
I don't
Collie
like it.
Baker's shit and the Plowman's bread.
I don't like it.
Go and have some Rivermill bread and you'll realize what you'll be missing out on for a lot. You know, it doesn't
yeah, I'll
taste
try it
as
out.
sweet. Doesn't taste as sugary. But nah, yeah, shout out to them, man, because every time I've been, I like to see, they put it in the place where you done your meat shop and you see the bread.
Yeah.
Then you see the price and you go, that's fucking decent. That's literally gone up 100% in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Which you're gonna pack and save used to be $2.95 and you're looking at two for what? How much? $5 for a loaf of bread. Like, come on.
Yeah, 2 for 7 or something, or 2 for 8.
And that's why I make that price comparison. If you're looking at a bakery out west, standard price $5, and you're looking at a loaf of bread, which is $5 at the supermarket, then you got these $6.50 pies. Oh, come on.
Bro, that
Come on.
Rivermill bread is mean for toasties, man.
That's exactly it.
It's mean
Okay,
for
I
toasties.
wanna try it out. You can only get it from Mr. Meats.
That's the only place that I've seen
Yeah.
selling, because they got like maybe 12 trays of that bread. And that's in there every second day. They get new bread.
I've been getting my white toast bread from Brisbane Karen shops. There's a dairy next to the old on the corner. You know the shops, the block of shops with the laundromat on the corner.
Oh, yep, yep.
On Brisbane.
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
Well, that dairy there, they got 3 for $5. White toast bread, 3
Yeah.
for $5.
What brand is it?
I don't know. It's red. It's a red bag.
I wouldn't be
Red and
surprised
white.
if it's
It might be
Rivermill.
Red and yellow. It's a red and yellow bag.
Yeah,
The
yellow.
toast is the thick one.
Yellow?
Yeah, yeah.
Red.
Yeah, it's
It's a,
Rivermill.
it's a, it's
Yeah.
a Rivermill.
That's Rivermill bread, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Also, if they're selling it for that price, that
That's
shows
all.
like because they won't sell it at the supermarket.
Nah.
You could find like was it budget bread or like
Oh, the budget bread, the
Home
$1.09,
Yeah,
$1.09.
you can find
See,
it
that-
at
that
like
sucks,
New World.
man.
You can find it at New World, but fucking not at
They
the
took
dollar
it off.
anymore.
At BP, they used to have that cheap, as another choice.
Yeah,
But it's been, I think it's been 3 or 2 years now that
yeah, it's
Quality
done
Bakers
it.
took over.
And the
Yeah.
problem with that blue budget bread, the $1.09 in Pack and Save, it doesn't last, man.
Yeah,
Nah.
one day.
And when you butter, it breaks.
Yeah.
It's like that single ply toilet
even-
paper.
Sorry, even if it's like toast bread, because we get toast bread because it's thicker.
Yeah.
You butter, it still breaks.
That's
Like,
why you-
Sorry, man.
That's why that bread, I always toast it.
Sorry. So I have the thing like if I know we're gonna eat it on that day,
get that bread.
that's when I get the bread. Like you don't need to save it because if you want to give hot dogs or sausages, that's why I get that bread because it's gonna be gone the first.
Yeah.
Or take it to the beach. It's gonna be used, so use it straight away. But yeah, man, that's when I get that. But I must be. I'm gonna check it. I might have some left, but 3 for $5.
3 for
And-
$5 was good,
Sounds
bro.
right.
3 for $5. The shops opposite Brisbane Karen Intermediate.
Yeah.
The shops there.
Yep, I know the ones.
So shout out to Rivermill
No,
bread,
not
man.
the next one over.
Yeah.
The next one over. Not the shops
Opposite the
school. The next shops over.
Ah,
Yeah,
with
that's
the
the one with the laundromat and the island shop, that dairy, and then they got the meat shop,
Yeah,
on the right. They got a pharmacy. Is it a pharmacy?
Pharmacy.
it's like a little supermarket.
Pharmacy and then
Well,
the
it-
meat shop.
Well, if you're at the shops and you look over and you see Bruce McCarran, it's not that one. It's the one. It's the next one. Bruce McCarran Intermediate. Now it's not. It's the one next one. It's the one with the laundromat on the corner.
Yeah,
But 3 for $5. You get 3 for $5 breads.
me.
Sure, boys. Okay, we end this out with some last words. Eric.
Ah, man, what can I say about the floods? I hope everyone's hope all the families involved in the flood are okay. I hope they can find their way through this. I know my family's already started trying to pick up the pieces in that, and I can't wait to after this podcast to go and help them out. So yeah, just everybody out west. I hope you stay safe and rebuild what you have or what you got, and hopefully we can see a better 2023. This just feels like another repeat of last year. I mean, of those couple of years ago with the first flood, but yeah, I was hoping for this year to start with a bang, but it's really bad. But hey, I'm still gonna stick to the goals and still power through it. I'm trying to motivate my family to do the same thing. So we've got to come up with ideas to hopefully protect ourselves from another flood. So I think our garage is not going to be a storage room anymore. I think we're going to have to find ways of. We were talking about how to put our blankets and stuff into barrels this time around, so that if it does happen again, at least they're in the barrels rolling around and not getting wet. Probably that's the best way we can do it, and have less stuff too is another thing too, because we got a lot of we had a lot of stuff in the garage, and now that's all gone. Beds, sofas, stereos, a lot of equipment. Fucking welder. Shit, I forgot about that. I gotta try to pick up my Weber up and clean that shit again. So yeah, I can feel the family's pain. They are trying to clean up all this shit, and I hope they get through it, get to the other side. Yeah.
Inshallah. I just want to acknowledge all those families that were suffering, like the losses through the floods, especially out of my my neighborhood. It's actually quite hard. It's hard to sort of see all of that. Like many things in life, I suppose. You can't escape some of the realities in life. But seeing that, it's quite hard. Even just hearing the laughs that are across from me, it's hard to laugh about and smile about. Even hearing Cam's talk about his old lady, it's quite hard to hear, because just this week I finally got around to doing some stuff that I've put on the back burner for a long time. It's like getting my mum's headstone ready. And I suppose like me moving my old man's car off the driveway, it was sort of like a wake-up call, like to stop fucking parking shit, in the way, and letting that remind you of shit you need to do, But yeah, my heart goes out to all those families in Ranui, Massey, and all those devastated by all the floods that have happened around Auckland. It's hard to see it, because the reality is, this is part of the times that we're living in, like the climate change, the global warming, all the rest of it. And we can blame people for not doing things, but at the same time, it's like, let's prepare ourselves, our families, especially our kids, to sort of understand, like, shit, this is life, man. Like, it can be unfair. Events like this will eventually happen in someone's lifetime. And we just, like, this part has made me realize, like, you just value the things you cherish the most in your life, your kids, your family, especially the family that you have left on this earth and in this life. I felt that just seeing the floods that I did see, and then Eric just talking about him waking up and having those moments in his sleep, it just reminded me, like, fuck, everything can be gone in the blink of an eye, man. In a matter of 30 seconds, water was at the back doorstep. So all those that are dealing with the cleanup, man, keep your head up. Keep your head up and be strong. Because for us, it's like, even though we don't reside in the hood's still part of us, and it's not one of those things that we can just wash away. The emotion's still raw. the heartache's still real. But yeah, just wishing you all the best recovery and rebuilding, and just know that we're always gonna be waving the flag for our hood, no matter what, to the death. And just appreciate you boys for keeping it real, keeping it 100. But yeah, mad love to all of our WesWes family and all our Ranui family as well. To wherever you are, hope you're safe, keeping warm. And yeah, man, if there's anything that I can help personally to come and ease some of that stress on you guys, man, feel free to PM or get a hold of us. Be there to help. But yeah, mad love to you guys. That's my final words.
Thanks, boys. Yeah, I just want to dedicate this podcast to this episode, especially to everybody on the 1 through 5. All the families around Auckland that have suffered during this time of floods and all that. But, you know, it is what it is. We can, you know, help each other and get back on our feet and get past all this, you know. It's all good. Well, what a way to start 2023. But, you know, we'll take it as... We'll just take it on the chin. We'll just roll with the punches and we'll just carry on, man. Our goals are still there. We're still going to attack the goals, just like Eric said. And I think that's it, eh? We'll just continue on. We'll continue rolling. All right. Let's get the fuck out of here, boys.
All right. Thank you. Let's go get some...